ourselves at the home of the world's first retractable natural grass field as you get a look inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store. Between the Los Angeles Rams and the Arizona Cardinals. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the pickup, first down. The Cardinals hit 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. It was the linebacker Leonard Floyd on the stop.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On second down, Cook. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That second down play nets a -4.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams 37. Able to convert on third and 14. A terrific play call. And this first drive looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's second and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
The last run got 6, now second and 4. Here's Cook again. And give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be third and about the length of the football. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And on third and inches, we're going to get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Eighth play of this opening drive coming up. This is third down. They'll try and run forward with counter. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. And A chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
A'Shawn Robinson there on the stop.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
On second down, it's Cook again. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on third down. Throwing now is Murray. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. So on is Matt Prater now to try a field goal here. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And the 38-year-old vet able to split the uprights. And the Cardinals have the first points. It's 3-0. So the opening drive does yield points. Maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Now a play fake, and it's Stafford. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
From the 50, it's Stafford. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Kupp. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Again, it's Stafford. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. And he is going to have a Rams first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. They'll run on first down with Akers. And some room to work. Touchdown, L.A. Cam Akers, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Rams have moved out in front. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. throwing the touchdown. Here's Gay to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Early on, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
After the interception, here's Stafford. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly knew their challenge as this series began, and they got to stop on play number 1. Goal now, get 2 more stops and limit the damage to a field goal.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the gun, a give to Henderson. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Stafford going to give this to Akers. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 58 yards rushing for him now, and just his first 3 carries. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurtling through them.
Akers diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it, changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
Stafford's throw here hauled in by Kupp. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. On 1st down at Stafford. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked by Deontay Thompson. And the Cardinals are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his 1st career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Troy Hill picks it, and the Rams are going to take over at their own 41. And that now 2 interceptions thrown in the 2nd quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the 1st one, and they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the 1st interception, tried a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a 2nd one.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's 2nd down.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. And how about the way he's able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
Meanwhile, Stafford's throw is complete into the hands of Higbee. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A gain there of 21 yards.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Middle.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll go with Akers here up the middle. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's J.J. Watt, and the Cards force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness, and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say, no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback who just threw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick, but throw one to the big guy? But you're right about that. Now what do I do with it? But what's fun about it is, you know they're going to be in the film room after this ball game, telling all their teammates, maybe I should shift over to offense. I've got skills. What do you think?
Absolutely. I always find myself cheering for them after they intercept it. Unfortunately here, he couldn't make it into the end zone.
Here's Murray from midfield. He's going deep for Brown. Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the third time. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Rams are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if he wants to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 83 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
A torn Achilles was supposed to end Akers' 2021 season before it actually began. 5 months later, in a miraculous recovery, Akers made it back and helped the Rams win the Super Bowl. Now everyone in LA wants to know, how does he follow up that yeoman performance?
And he is going to lose yardage here. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. A give up the middle to Akers. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Now a first down throw. Stafford. Pass complete to Akers on the out route. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Stafford. They'll set up the screen here to Akers. And some space here. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 17-yard line. That one good for 24 yards.
And that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front, completed the pass beautifully. So now you get all that open space, the big guys leading the way.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
Phoenix, Arizona's the spot. Glad to have you along for the ride. Third quarter action, and a 2nd and 10 upcoming. Man open is James Robinson.
And the Rams are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the third quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the first and goal.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
All right, Captain, it's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on third and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run out of your running plays. Fire another one into the end zone.
Now a third and goal situation as this Arizona defense tries to stand tall once more.
He'll get this to Akers out of the backfield.
And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone. Brand, that's just not right. You throw it over the middle into all that coverage, and the tip ball goes your way.
Dangerous, but hey, I guess the outcome worked, right?
Oh, boy, did it ever. And, boy, that's the type of play that can give a team a lot of momentum.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
Excellent effort defensively. Tackle for loss goes to Leonard Floyd.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. To throw is Murray. He's got Green. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
From the gun, Murray. And that is incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Here's Andy Lee now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Shotgun, here's a give to Akers. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game. So hold on here. Not done in the fourth. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They trail by 2 scores in the fourth, and their defense did its job getting the fumble recovery. A time to see what this offense has left in the tank. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 40 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
His struggles finding open receivers continue. I don't know the last time I saw him this inconsistent throwing the football.
It would be hard to find a date when he was this inconsistent. You know, in his locker, he keeps the word poise printed on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. He needs to find that poise right now.
He certainly does. In fact, I would suggest he laminate it.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Here's Murray. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Cook, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Dalvin Cook, his
his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
Prater for the extra point. And things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Now, Charles, of course, you got to remember, last possession they fumbled. It led to a touchdown. One-score game here. Got to be careful.
And this is where coaching and training really comes into play, doesn't it? What does everyone say after an error? Next play, move on, next drive. That mantra has to come to the front. They've got to take care of business right here and act like the last series just didn't happen.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. On the give, this is Akers. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding, keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. Throwing is Stafford. Gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Stafford to Higbee there. Rams first down.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. 114 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stafford. It's complete to Robinson.
And he's got a first down as he's going to be taken down. But a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning.
17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. A shotgun snap for Stafford. That'll be caught by Kupp.
And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run.
It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
This defense needs a big play in the worst way because so far they're not putting up much of a fight. If they don't get a stop here soon, this game could be over for them.
Now a give. Akers running left. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Stafford. Flush to his right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Trayvon Mullen. And the Cardinals are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
Well, Charles, you got a quarterback out of the pocket, trying to make a play, and you get it, but instead he ends up throwing it to the other team.
Well, partners, we know to be successful in this league, number one, you're going to have to be able to make plays on the perimeter or when the pocket breaks down. But number two, you've got to make smart decisions with the football. And that time, that simply was not a smart decision.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Murray to throw. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. Well, they were obviously backed up. Had a little bit of space from the goal line, snapping it from the 3, but still trying to throw it. And
yeah, exactly. If this were hindsight as 2020 comes into play, right? Seems like a good idea to throw the ball there. Maybe you'll surprise them and catch them off guard. Instead, you've created a turnover and put your defense in a bad spot.
And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown, Charles, with very little time remaining, boy, it just sucked any energy and momentum out of the other sideline.
Yeah, take an incredible comeback in the final minute to bring this one back to even. A great series there offensively. They saw an opportunity to slam the window shut, and they followed through.
Well, trailing here in the 4th quarter, and that personal foul, that only adds to the hole that they're currently standing in.
Yeah, absolutely a bad job of just losing your cool and letting your anger take over. Mistakes like that, not going to help you at this stage of the game.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Shotgun now for Murray. He's got a man, complete.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And the reception made by Grain. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle for the clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
Extra point good by Prater. And now things get a little interesting here in this 4th quarter. So just a few kicks left. And this is going to be recovered by the Hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So the L.A. Rams with a victory here.
Well, Charles, when you look at the stat sheet, ultimately one thing sticks out like a sore thumb. One side lost this game because they turned the ball over 4 times, and that was just too much for them to overcome.
And that number might as well be in neon, because you're exactly right. It just jumps up from the stat sheet. Your eyes go right to it. And with that many turnovers, they really played themselves out of this game. Too careless with the football too many times. That cost them the victory.
So for Los Angeles, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-.